What's up, guys? We are doing a Wednesday night test and tune in the car. Ever since we put the ice tank in, this will be the first time at the track. Put the ice tank in this weekend, so we're driving down a McMillan raceway right now, which is about a little over an hour from the house. So be interesting to see how the ice tank does. It is 80 degrees out right now. Intake air temps cruising down the highway are at 89. So I guess that's okay. We just picked up 4 bags of ice. So we're gonna give this thing a rip. The only issue I see, I'm not trying to make excuses already, but it is crazy windy out. You'll see when we get to the track. Hopefully the audio will be okay, but I'm a little concerned because the wind's gonna be blowing straight into our faces at the track, so major headwind, and it's gusting to like almost 30 miles an hour right now. So that'll be a factor, but it'll still be cool to get some logs, get some data, see how well this ice tank does, and hopefully get us closer to putting this car into the 9s by the end of the season. I was hoping the DA would be better. It'd be a little bit colder today, but like I said, it's in the 80s right now. Maybe it'll cool off as the day goes on. It's evening. I'm just leaving work right now, so we'll see how it goes. Thanks for tagging along, guys. Here we go. Well, I'm an idiot. I forgot to turn on the frickin' pump. Car left though, it's 60-footed. I forgot to turn on the frickin' pump. Idiot. We'll go do another one. I don't know what it ran. My guess will be in the 11s. I missed 5th gear too, so I guess that one's out of my system. We'll get back up there. Thank you. Yeah, it went 1080 at 119. Get back up there. That's my fault. Damn it. was on like multiple pictures, not video, so my bad. Anyway, it went 1050 at 131 that pass. All right, guys, we are gonna get ready, jump back in line here. It's like a 45-minute wait. I will say, McMillan Dragway is the worst drag strip around. The people here are just rude as hell. They didn't even tech the car. They basically just looked at it and said, okay, it's good. Didn't ask me a single question, didn't even look at my helmet, didn't see what I was wearing. And there's a bunch of kids here that I've never gone down a drag strip in their whole life, and they're just waving them through. Super dangerous. There's a reason this place has a horrible name. The prep is okay, I guess, but it's really bummed. Lapeer Dragway is our local dragway. They got shut down due to noise. A couple neighbors complained, so hopefully they get back up and running and we don't have to come to this dump anymore. But yeah, so car, the ice tank is working. Air inlet temps were 80 degrees at the big end, which is awesome. All the way up the return road, they were dropping still. There's a little bit of ice left in the tank. When I pulled in, it's all gone now. So yeah, we're gonna make one more pass. Spun the tires in second there. If it didn't spin the tires, I think it probably would have went 138, 140. So we're gonna try to at least make one or two more hits and see if I can put it all together. I'm actually gonna raise the two-step up a couple more clicks and see if I can get it up on the tire a little bit more. So stay tuned. Still didn't leave great, but we'll see. It was definitely a 10-second pass. Well, definitely not in the 9s the way it left. No, I guess, if I had to guess, I'd say it went 1050 again. That's what it felt like, at least. The start wasn't great. It fell on itself again. It needs more RPM. Thank you. Yeah, it went 1074, 130. Same shit over and over. To the 60 foot. 60 foot was terrible. That's what I gotta work on, guys. Not gonna go into the 9s, cutting a 60 foot like that. All right, guys, we're heading back home. Kind of a disappointment, but I guess that's if it was easy, everyone would do it, or everyone would buy an automatic, I guess, if they want to go fast. I know that's kind of you know, a highly debated topic, but it definitely is man shit driving this car with this power. Even though I can't get into 60 foot to save my life, it's still, I mean, it's a handful out there shifting these gears. So I don't know, it's cool. I'm having a lot of fun learning. This is only my second time at the track driving a stick with making this kind of power. So I still have a lot of learning to do. I've been kind of picking Paul Fernando's brain, who everyone knows the Panda. That car went really fast with basically this exact setup. And he was actually leaving at like 6,000 RPM on the two-step. I have it at 4,200 right now, and it's just still not enough. I creeped it up to 200 RPMs from the first hit to the second, and the car did the same thing. It leaves solid, and then it just bogs and falls on its face for a second, and then it powers through. So definitely need to turn up the two-step, and I think I honestly should probably put a bias ply on it, not a radial. I don't think a radial is actually the answer. Sick Gladiator passing me right now, by the way. That thing is bad. Anyway, we're going home. My dad's behind me. Got tea with me. So we're having fun and we're learning. Hopefully you guys like this kind of content. We are going to put this car in the 9s on this setup. I just got to learn how to drive a little bit better, because the car should be able to run a 9 with the power that it makes. So, all right, guys. So I got back home and cleaned up the car, because I'm weird like that. It always has to be clean. So got home, washed it, cleaned it up, polished a couple things that needed to get polished. Got the rubber off all the back of it, and it really started digesting the day. And after talking to a couple people, the guy who tunes the car, and the guys over at Walsh, Joe at VMP tunes the car. We think it might be down on power. It should be going faster than trapping it's trapping. The car made 833 on a dyno jet on the old tune. That was before we put the JLT intake in it. Once we put the JLT intake in it, I'm assuming it picked up at least 15 horsepower, just based on the flow numbers. So never really dynoed it after that, but then we were chasing that issue this spring with a high idle, so Joe at VMP completely rewrote the file for the car, and it hasn't been on the dyno ever since. But dyno-wise, it doesn't feel like it's any slower. It's still flowing a bunch of air, same amount of spark, basically, same pulley on the car, so theoretically it should be making almost the exact power. But something just doesn't seem right, so the guys over at Walsh Motorsports are going to let me poach the dyno on Friday. Today's Wednesday, so in 2 days. So at least we can, run the car, make sure that it's making the power that it should be making, and at least that'll point the only finger that can be pointed at that point is at me, which we all know that needs a driver mod. I cannot get the car to 60 foot. I talked to Donnie and Justin over at Walsh Motorsports. Those guys know how to set up a race car probably better than anyone around here in Michigan, probably better than almost anyone in the country. They actually just won a race last weekend in Norwalk. They have the fastest door car in the world. So they're great guys to lean on. Really glad to have them in my corner to help me with this. But I figured I would just flip this the camera back on now that I'm sitting in the garage having a beer and kind of digesting everything that went down today. I think it's also important just to say that I'm having a lot of fun, and my 8-year-old and my dad are also having a lot of fun on this journey with me. And I think that that's really the most important part of this whole thing, this car, why we do this. Like, I kind of feel myself going down this wormhole of like wanting to run a 9. It's the most important thing ever, but really the most important thing ever and why we all do this with these cars is to have fun. And I'll tell you what, I'm having a hell of a lot of fun driving this car and learning how to drive it, and it's just a blast. I'm having so much fun, and the car is doing awesome. It's holding up. So anyway, just figured I'd turn it on and say that. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't. Thanks. Peace.